Hello everyone, it's Andrea. This week we're going to be talking about shopping in Harajuku, Shinjuku, and Shibuya. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because when I go to another country, I prefer to live like the average person lives. I don't like to go to like hot tourist destinations because I don't think it's that exciting. I mean, I could Google pictures of that area or that thing, and then basically that's what you've experienced it. You see it, and sure, okay, seeing it like in person is kind of cool, but at the end of the day, that is not really what's gonna last in my memory. So I prefer to go do the things that normal people do. The first time I traveled out of the United States actually was when my family moved to the UK because of my mom's job. We moved there when I was like 12, and we just lived there. I went to school. We went to see cool things on our vacation, like when we went through Europe, we went to go see like the Eiffel Tower and the Colosseum and stuff like that. But my favorite parts of that experience, of that year, the most memorable parts are just my everyday life. And we actually like lost our camera at some point. It was stolen actually. And so we don't have pictures of like the Eiffel Tower or whatever, but we could easily Google it. In fact, when my mom was making our scrapbook, she did Google some of those pictures. And this is basically what we took. Some of them are literally like the same picture because millions of people go there and take pictures from millions of different angles. So honestly, while I'm not saying don't do it, or I'm not trying to shame anyone who does do it, I'm just saying that that's not my preferred. If I'm gonna plan a trip, just me, I'm not going to choose to go to places like that. But I went out of my comfort zone a little bit, and so did Evelyn. And we went to Harajuku, Shinjuku, and Shibuya, and these places were packed with people. Guys, I'm so hot. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm not made for this. It's like 90 degrees in Los Angeles. Okay, I came to California in August/September. And it was hot, right? Like it was hot, but I forgot how hot it was. And Wisconsin gets hot, like let me be real, but you freeze to the core in the winter. So there's a thawing process. I'm not ready for it to be 90. I'm still living in sweater weather. Alright, so the first place I want to talk about is Harajuku. Now, you probably heard of the place called Harajuku. So if you have heard of it, you may recognize it as a shopping district or a place for cosplay. I didn't see anyone dressed up because we only went down like one street. We didn't explore like the entire area because it literally was so packed that you just kind of like shuffled along behind other people, and you had to like dive out of the crowd when you wanted to go into a store. So we didn't do too much exploring because we don't really like crowds. It just kind of exhausts us too quickly. The shopping there was like pretty cool, and I got to see like a lot of different stores with like Lolita fashion and cosplay fashion and stuff like that. So it was really cool, and we actually got some really awesome food there. We ate some crepes, which were amazing. So I really did like it there. There were a lot of things to look at, makeup shops, nail shops, clothing, shoes, accessories, but it was super busy, so we didn't spend too much time there. I'll take it for what it was worth. The next place I want to talk about, I did not actually spend a lot of time there. We did one thing here, and you might want to go do this thing too because it's pretty freaking cool. So we went to Shinjuku. They have it's not like a full statue. I thought that it was a full Godzilla statue. It's not. It's just apparently like the top portion, like a bust of Godzilla, if you will. So they have a bust of Godzilla atop this building. So we went there and saw this Godzilla bust. It was glorious. Yeah, we did that, and then that was pretty much all we did. On our way back, we did stop by this like pretty weird store, which Evelyn had heard about before through a video by Abroad in Japan, which I could link in the description if I can find it. The final place that we went to, you've definitely heard of. It's called Shibuya. So in Shibuya, they have this thing called the Shibuya crossing. It's a really famous crossing, the one in Japan that gets really busy that people like to take a video of or in. I did not take a video because it's a very touristy thing to do. If you go, you probably will do the cross it. You will cross the crossing. And you could say, I crossed that crossing. I was part of that throng of humans. We also went to the most massive Forever 21 that I've ever seen in my life. It was huge. And there's like 5, 6 floors. I'm not even sure because we started to get very confused and we couldn't figure out what floor we were on. The sign is very like convoluted. I'm not sure how to read it, and I couldn't tell what floor we were on at any point. We got lost trying to return a pair of culottes that we had picked up a pair of culottes, and we tried to return the culottes and we couldn't find where they were from. We went floor to floor and we thought we recognized things. We're like, oh yeah, this was here, and this was this floor, and this is where we found the tank tops or whatever. This is where the pizza tank top was. This is where the holographic shorts were. So this is where the culottes are. And then we were totally wrong. It was like a display of freaking neon palm tree handbags instead of the culottes. Forever 21 is weird. When I was younger, before I turned 21, Forever 21 was cool, right? I went there all the time because the fashion was like right up my alley. But it's too trendy. I'm getting too old for this. I am not keeping up with this stuff. I'm not even wearing a romper. I never got into rompers because one time in kindergarten I got stuck in a romper and I cried. Because I was wearing one of those button romper, they button like under between your legs and stuff. And I couldn't get it unbuttoned and I really had to pee. And I cried. I cried in the bathroom and I didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm not going up there and asking my teacher to help me unbutton. So I cried until I mustered up the strength into my tiny 5-year-old hands to just rip the buttons open. But man, that's one of my most painful kindergarten memories. So those are my thoughts. Whatever they're worth to you, those are them thoughts. So that is what we did with one or two of our days in Japan. We spent time in these districts, doing some fashion, exploring, eating some good food. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you kind of plan out your trip if you're planning on taking a trip to Japan. I hope that it helped you figure out where you would like to go. So thank you so much for watching. Have a very good day. Please subscribe to this channel if you like videos about Los Angeles or Japan, or if you like twins. Thank you. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Send help. If you're from Wisconsin, send help. It's really hot, and I can't do it anymore. Hey, you guys want to know something creepy? So if you watched the part of this video, this is the end of the video. If you've watched this far, something really creepy is about to happen. Are you ready? Whenever I say or deem it necessary, text appears at the bottom of the screen. Are you ready? It's scary, okay? Watch. What should it say? What should it say? Kale rainbows? Kale rainbows? Okay, you ready? Now. Isn't that weird? It's weird, right? I think it's weird. Ah. I don't approve. I think that's creepy.